What's going on, guys? I just got done with my workout. I just fucking smashed some arms, smashed 30 minutes of cardio. As you guys know, or you may not even know, I'm 5 weeks out from a show, and I'm also 9 weeks out from an NPC show. The first show is a little bit of a warm up show. The other show is me actually trying to work towards getting my pro card. So, a lot's been going on in life lately, but we're absolutely crushing it. We're building our business, we're building our physique. We're building every fucking area of our life as a man, because that's what this shit is all about. But as you guys know, I like to come onto these PR talks, is what I call them, and talk about things that I wish I learned sooner, or things I'm learning recently, and just kind of speaking from my heart every single day. And something I want to talk to you about today is I want to unlock some deep potential in you that you have not seen, because this is something I wish I heard so much sooner in my life, because once I discovered what I'm going to share with you in this video, this is when my life took off. Like, this is when I, quote unquote, locked in, as a lot of people call it, and started to take myself seriously and started to create something out of myself as a man. Because, dude, 3 years ago, I was just a fucking loser, bro. I graduated high school with no plans of doing anything. I didn't even have a job for 6 months. Even when I got a job, it was like part-time, dude. I was just such a lazy piece of shit. I wasn't driven at all to do anything. All I did was go hang out with this ex-girlfriend every single fucking night and just do bullshit, dude, and vape and smoke, and I was just a straight loser, bro. And to be honest, I was that way because I went through a lot of fucking pain in my life. A lot of fucking pain. Growing up, dude, my family was just, they tried to keep it together, but because they tried to keep it together, it was just constant fighting. I cried so often. I was depressed at like 11, 12 years old. I had fucking thoughts of wanting to like jump out my fucking window some nights. And I had so much pain built up inside of me, and so the only way I knew to take that out was to smoke weed, was to have, like, I guess casual sex is the best way to put it, to waste my time with women that I did not see a future with, to vape all the time, to play video games, to do bullshit with my life, to distract myself from my actual life, because I had all this pain. But something happened in my life, and it was a tragic situation, but I'm so grateful for it now, because if this didn't happen, I wouldn't be where I am today, and I'm so grateful for it. And it's this tattoo right here. You see this? This says August 7th, 2021 in Roman numerals. And this is the day my sister passed away. And she was my closest sibling. I have three other step siblings, I believe you call them, or half siblings. But she was the closest one I was ever to, because we were so alike. And she went through similar pain as me. And she passed away at 25 years old. Because she was going down a bad path in life. She had many overdoses, and we tried to get her clean, and she was in and out of our life. And we brought her back home, me and my mom, and we tried to get her back on track. And she got a new car, she got a new job, and she decided to go out drinking with some friends after getting a new car to kind of celebrate. And she decided to drive home too drunk, and she crashed into a tree and lost her life. And she has a kid. And it was just a tragic situation. And I remember, the night it happened, I was at that ex's house that I was talking about when I was a straight loser. And that night I just had an off feeling, and I decided to just head home. I don't know, I just felt so lost there. And I was just like, I don't even like what's going on. Let me go home. But it was so strange. I decided to do that night, because driving home, I get the text on my phone from Life 360, which is an app my family had to just like check in on each other and see where each other were at. And I got a text saying that, like, Christo is my sister's name. Basically crashed is what it said. And so I drove 40 minutes to go check on what happened. And yeah, the roads were shut down. Find out she fucking passed away that night. And, her passing didn't quite hurt me, but seeing what my mom had to go through, that's what hurt me. And I just remember laying in my bed that whole fucking week and hearing my mom sob upstairs for literally 24 hours a day. Just like, I fucking still vividly remember it. And I was the only man in the house, so I had to deal with all that shit. I had to take care of her. I had to take care of the funeral. All that fucking shit, bro. And that was when I was just 18 years old, dude. 18 years old. And I still had to go to work, and it was fucking hard, bro. It was fucking hard. And then after that, I really got into working out. And the guy who got me into working out, shout out Trevor, he had a tattoo on his arm. It was right here. And it said, turn pain into power. And, you know, he went through a lot of struggle as well, a lot of pain as well, and that's why he got that tattoo. He was an MMA fighter, but he got me into working out. And, yeah, it said, turn pain into power. And I don't know, that tattoo really, you know, it really resonated with me, was the best way to put it. And it's just the one tattoo on his body that I always remembered. And he has a bunch of them. He's fully fucking blasted, dude. But it was the one tattoo that I would look at and I'd be like, dude, I fucking like that. And I just love that quote. And I just remember I was always thinking about it all of the time. Turn pain into power. And I just thought about my whole existence from that point, and all it was fucking pain. But I think deep down inside of every man, he wants to be powerful. He wants to become great. But learning how to turn that pain into power is the fucking hard part a lot of people face. Because a lot of the times when you go through pain, you start taking steps backwards with bad habits. Because it's the easiest thing to do, is to escape your reality. And take steps backwards, you know? To get drunk, to have casual sex, to play video games. Like, that's just the easiest route out. And you can go ahead and live a comfortable life that way. But eventually, you're going to have this fucking, this interest build up over time of just fucking regret, because you spent so much time walking backwards that you're going to end up one day at 25, 30, 35 years old, never accomplishing what you wanted with your life, and still having this deep masculine drive inside of you, wishing you would have fucking done something. Because every single guy has it out there. I don't care what they say. Every man wants to conquer and achieve his fucking dreams and achieve his fucking potential. It's just getting over that hump and actually starting to achieve it is the fucking hard part. But yeah, I went through all of that. I saw that tattoo, and when I was sitting in my bed like that entire week, dude, I was just like so angry with fucking life. I was especially angry at men, because I believe men were the reason my sister ended up the way she was. I believe she didn't have any strong masculine figures in her life. And, you know, even though she was older than me, I wish I was stronger at the time, because maybe I could have helped her out. She always saw me as, she actually used to come to me kind of like for help, and she knew that I was like a good North Star for the family. I remember when I was like 7, 8 years old, I was riding in the back of the car one time she was sitting in the passenger, my dad was over here. It wasn't her dad, but my dad. And she looked back and she was like, Ryan, you got to be the change in this family. You're the one who's going to save us. Because everybody was kind of fucked up in their own way. Besides my other siblings, they do pretty well. But everyone kind of had their fucking issues. And she was like, you got to be the change in the family. And I just remember her saying that to me that week. And I was like, you got to be the fucking change. Who gives a fuck about all your fucking pain? You know? There's so many stories I could fucking tell about me just running away from my pain and just being a fucking bitch about it. But that week I decided to stop being a fucking bitch, dude. Stop being a fucking bitch. And I started to take myself seriously. That's when I started to implement these daily habits every single day to turn myself into the man I wanted to become. Okay? And how I went about that is I just set myself a structured, like, military style routine. Every morning I'd wake up at the same time, because I was the way I looked at it is I was working this job minimum wage. I had there was no way I was going to college, because first off, I barely passed high school, so I had a terrible GPA. We didn't have the money to send myself to fucking college. No way I was going into debt to go to college, because I knew I would not fucking stick with that shit. And so I'm just thinking to myself, fuck, you gotta figure something the fuck out. And so there was so much fucking pressure on me to figure it out. And especially after she passed away and her telling me that you got to be the change of this family, I felt so much pressure now, because I was like, fuck, you got to really make her proud now. Because she has a kid. One day, you're going to probably have to fucking take care of her. Because I know her dad, I don't know how he's doing now, but I'll be honest, he was quite a fucking loser back then. He used to steal tools from fucking Home Depot to sell them to buy fucking heroin. Like, that's the type of loser he fucking was. And that's who's taking care of my niece. So you gotta have excess amounts of fucking resources to help her out one day, so that she doesn't end up like your sister. And that's something I thought. And it was just all that pain. And I decided to turn it into power through those daily habits. So every single morning, woke up for me, it was like, it started at 7 a.m. You know, there was times I was doing 6 a.m., 5 a.m. There's even some times I was doing 4 a.m. But it was consistently before 7 a.m. every single day because I went into work at like 9. So I want to give myself 2 hours to wake up and give time to myself. And that's the most important fucking thing. If you are going through pain and you feel like you are stuck in life, you got to wake up earlier so you can give time to your fucking self before you give time to anybody else. You need to prioritize yourself so you can prioritize other fucking people. If you are going through pain, if your family's hurting, if you are hurting, you have to prioritize yourself first so you can help out other people. So I started to wake up early every single day, okay? First thing I did, I moved my phone across the room so I would have to instantly get out of bed. I would make my bed right away, and I would sit down, I would grab my caffeine, I would open up my journal, and I would start writing. And I would start just pouring myself out to this journal first off, but I would also create a game plan for the day. What am I going to accomplish today? Because the issue a lot of people have when they're trying to achieve their goals is they don't have a game plan. They know what they want, but they don't have exact clarity on it. And so if you don't break down how to achieve your goals, how are you going to achieve it? Because it's like trying to take one big step up Mount Everest. You can't do it that way. It's just impossible. You have to make a game plan every single day. You have to create stepping stones. You have to identify the small wins you need to achieve every single day in order to get there. And so mine were simple. At the time, I was just trying to grow on TikTok. I figured if I grew an online social media presence, it would give me an outlet to pursue my passions and eventually monetize it so that I could start building a business on there. And that was the only way I knew how to build a business, to be honest. Me just being, Gen Z or whatever, I don't know how to do a fucking in real life business, So the easiest thing for me was just an online social media business. It was easy, it's popping, and it seemed fucking fun to me. So I was like, that's what I'm going to go pursue. And I felt like I had a story to tell, and I felt like I could help out other people. And something I was always good at was like helping out people's minds, coaching them and stuff like that. Even going back to when I was like 13, 14, people used to come to me on like Snapchat and asking me about like relationship problems and so on. And I was just a good person to get input from, it felt like. And so I started there, and I just kind of poured myself out. And then, I set this goal to reach 100,000 on TikTok in 1 year. And I ended up achieving that in 7 months. And I just did that by like every single day writing out my journal. I'm going to post 10 TikToks today, which was a lot. It was a lot. But the thing was, I set my goal big because usually you always fall short of your goal. And so if I set it 10 and I achieve 5, well, I achieve 5. But if I say 5, I might only achieve 2 or 3. And so I set my goal big, 10. And most days I was doing like 10 TikToks. And I would kind of like maybe write out some ideas. And then when I would get home from work, I would just like record them all and just focus on that. I'd go to the gym, I would record some here, and I would get home and I would go live and stuff like that. And I was just so focused on achieving this growth on TikTok. Eventually I get to that 100K and I get to that milestone. And I turned all that pain into power because the whole way I grew my TikTok was just through pain. It was through talking about all the breakups I went through. It was talking about like relationship advice, things I learned from my past relationships and so on. Fitness stuff as well. And I turned it into power because reaching that 100,000 followers on Instagram and TikTok kind of gave me that belief in myself. Even though it's just a number, it's like, okay, you set your mind to something and you achieved it just through the inputs. You understood the output you wanted, and then you just identified the inputs you needed to input every single day to get that output. And that was like, holy fuck, okay. Wait, if you just do this for every other goal you have in life, you can fucking achieve it. And so then I did that for Instagram, right? And I achieved 100,000 on there. And then I did that for my business. And then I made 10K a month in my business. And I do that for fucking everything in life. I look at the output I want. I understand the inputs I need to have, and I go fucking input them. But the greatest thing you have is your pain. And so whatever you want to accomplish in life, it has to be driven through that pain you fucking have, bro. You need to get up every single morning and be so sick of what the fuck you went through, and just whatever you may be fucking going through, and use that to fucking drive you to change your fucking situation. Because I was always that motherfucker who felt like, why me? Why do I have to have this life? Why was I born into this life, into this body? I want that person's life. I want that person's body. I want that person's circumstances. But guess fucking what? You are you, and you are gonna have to live with yourself fucking forever. Forever. So if you don't turn that pain into power, you are gonna have that pain for the rest of your life. And you just become a negative hole in the world, hating on other people, spreading this negative energy and being a fucking void of energy in this world. And that's what people don't understand. Is they want the world to become better. They want their circumstance to become better. And they try to focus, they try to change these external things when all you can do is focus on changing yourself. And by changing yourself, you can change others. Not only through inspiring them, okay, but by becoming the change you want to see. Yeah, you just simply fucking inspire them. And you give people the path to also fucking change. And that's what I'm trying to say is you have a fucking story. So go and tell it. Go fucking tell it online. And the thing is, the worse your story, the better your story. The worse your circumstance, I should say, the better your story is gonna be. There is a lot of people who need fucking help in this world. And by you not turning that pain you have gone through into power, you are just doing other people a disservice. Again, it's that mindset of why me. It's that victim mentality of why me. But when you change that mentality into this is a gift, this pain is a gift, you are able to give that gift to other people. Because if I look at myself, and I don't like to make these videos about myself, but I try to talk from experience. I would like to say I've helped out thousands of people. I know I've changed dozens of lives through my coaching. Like, I know that because those are people I've worked one-on-one with. But I know my content alone has at least helped out thousands of people. I've had plenty of DMs in the past of people saying, you've inspired me. You've got me to start losing weight, get me on this and so on. And that's the best feeling because, especially for men, dude, because if I can just get one man, at least one man in my life, on a better journey to becoming a better version of himself and turning the pain he has went through into power, I might help out, I love women, another woman, you know? So she doesn't have to go through something like my sister fucking went through. And having a dad that was hurt, that took his pain out on my mom and on her because she used to be beat and my mom got beat by her and just so much fucking turmoil in that relationship that I've heard of. And it's all because he was a fucking bitch who succumbed to his pain and he didn't turn it into power. And that's not a fucking man. That's a fucking coward, bro. To run away from your pain, to have vices, dude. That's a fucking coward, bro. Your greatest gift is the bullshit you've went through. Your greatest gift is the struggle you face every single fucking day. Your greatest gift is your depression. Your greatest gift is your anxiety. It really fucking is. Whatever these bad emotions or bad whatever you may be facing, that is your greatest gift. Because once you learn how to overcome it, once you fucking take that shit and you put it into something positive, and then you fucking bring that shit to real fucking life, like you just turn it into something positive, then you fill up your glass and you're overpouring it to other fucking people and you're helping out other people, man. Yeah, man, I just... I just hate to see when people are ungrateful for the gifts they have and they don't realize the gifts in front of them. This right here is the greatest gift of my life. The greatest gift was my fucking sister, bro. Passed away. Even though I miss her, she was my greatest gift ever. And that's why I have this placed right here. So every time I look in the mirror, and usually when I'm looking in the mirror, those are the times where I probably will get the most negative thoughts because that's when I'm looking straight at myself. And I got this like, oh fuck, well it was almost a year ago now. It was back out when I was in Thailand. But I got it right here because every time I looked in the mirror, I wanted to see that. And I wanted it to just be a reminder to me to not be a fucking bitch. Because oftentimes when I'm going through bullshit, I'll look at myself in the mirror, you know? I'll look at myself in the mirror. And I see that and I go. And it gives me that motivation to just push through it. Push through the resistance. Push through the struggle. And take whatever bullshit I'm going through and turn that into fucking power. Just like your muscles grow in the gym through struggle, you grow in life through struggle, man. But if you succumb to that struggle, if you give up before it gets hard, if you give up before the exercise gets hard, you're not gonna grow, and you're just fucking wasting your time, and you're standing still. That's another thing too, is a lot of people are fucking moving every single day, doing shit every single day, but not actually fucking moving ahead. And I think just by understanding that your pain is power, that will change a fucking lot. Because I was that guy who was consistent. I tell this in my story all the time when people come and do a coaching call with me talking about my coaching, or I should call a consult call. As I always say, for 2.5 years, bro, I was consistent at training, doing all this shit, but I was seeing no fucking results. My physique didn't improve much. I was building businesses that were fucking failing, etc., etc. My relationships kept failing. I wasn't really growing in life, but I was moving every... Alright, well, the camera overheated, but I was making moves every single day, but I wasn't fucking growing in life, bro. Fuck. I'm sorry, guys. And I think that's just simply because of the whole mindset of everything. It really comes down to the mindset. The way you perceive things, dude, the lens you perceive things through changes everything. Because again, the person who perceives pain and struggle and being born into, like, giving bad cards, like being dealt bad cards growing up, he's gonna see that and be like, he's gonna be that, why me? He's gonna have that victim mentality. He's always gonna envy people who are better than him. And envy is simply just seeing somebody with what you want but not wanting to work for it. But again, just seeing that tattoo saying pain into power just let me know that, wow, everything I went through is actually what is going to make me powerful as a person. That's your strength, is your fucking pain. It really fucking is, bro. It really fucking is, dude. It's so simple to understand, dude. And I don't get how people fucking see it. Because I get people coming to my DMs all the time. I had this one person the other day, and he was talking about how he wanted to join my coaching, but he was like, I'm struggling with depression and anxiety at the moment. And I'm like, okay, it's a fucking perfect time to start. You're going through fucking bullshit. So let's turn all the bullshit you're going through into power. And he's like, nah, I gotta wait. I gotta wait for all this to, like, fucking clear. And it's just like, bro, you cannot think your way into positive thinking. You can only act your way there. You can only act your way into positive fucking thinking. And so if you're going through pain, you take that anger out through positive action that builds you into a better version of yourself. And by doing so, you increase your vibration as a human being and you attract better things into your fucking life, dude. Vibrational energy is fucking real, and I don't get how people don't fucking understand that fucking shit. If you want to achieve the things you want in life, you have to be operating on the vibrational level of them. You do. And the more pain you've went through, the higher the vibration you can operate at. Why do you think most millionaires, most very successful people have the worst story ever? You'll say to yourself, how the fuck did he go from that to that? It's always the motherfuckers who've been through the most shit that achieve the most, because they have the most pain and they turn that into power. So by you sitting there using vices, doing dumb shit with your fucking pain and succumbing to it, just realize the potential you have, dude. You have so much fucking potential because you have so much pain. Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times, and good times create weak men. And so if you went through a hard time, you are stronger than you fucking realize. You're stronger than fucking... You were stronger than if you grew up in an amazing household, amazing family, if you had amazing relationships your whole life, if you never struggled financially. You are so much stronger if you fucking went through struggle and went through a lot of fucking bullshit. Because the only way you fucking grow is through struggle, bro. So I hope that gets the point across. I don't want to make this too long.
I don't want to take up too much of your time. I just want to inspire you or any young guy out there who, might be, a couple years behind me or really whatever, because I always try to talk to the younger version of myself, and something I wish I heard, when I was 17, 18 years old, that the fucking pain you're going through, bro, that is your real fucking gift. And once you realize that and you wake up every single day and use that pain as fucking power, that is how you become a better version of your fucking self. That is how you truly reach your fucking potential in life. People are always looking for motivation, but guess what? Motivation is two parts. It's positive and it's negative. The negative part is what you are kind of running away from. Okay? My negative motivation is I was running away from becoming a man like my sister had to grow up with, like her father, like her boyfriends. And my positive motivation was working towards my inspirations and kind of the life I visualized for myself, which I'm achieving every single fucking day. I've always wanted a body like this. I've always wanted a following like this. I've always wanted a dope car like I got back at home. I'm not driving it right now because it's not road legal, but I bought my dream car at 21. Pretty much a dream car. It's actually a Lamborghini Urus, but we'll get there. But it's still like, it's a fucking Dodge Challenger Scat Pack wide body, all black, red interior. Oh, it's so cool. It's so fucking fast, dude. I already went 140 in that bitch, bro. Oh, I love it. I'm getting it road legal. But it's 21, dude. I got that shit. And I got it by turning my pain into power. And every single day on prep, I'm turning my fucking pain into power. In the past couple of weeks, I've gone through so much fucking pain, dude, but I'm just turning it into more power. I'm being more driven by it. And I'm glad I'm going through it. And every time I go on prep, and this is why I love bodybuilding. This is my second prep. But every time I go on prep, I've noticed that I grow so much from it. Why? Because I struggle so much on prep. I go through so much more pain on prep. I am hungry. I'm just dealing with so much more. I also just fucking... I start taking more action, and because I take more action, dude, I just struggle more, you know what I'm saying? I take more action in my business, and so I struggle more over there. I take more action in all these different areas, so I struggle more. But I grow so much from it, dude. I grow so much from it. And I have this high fucking energy. And you might see me in this video right now going, oh my God, this guy looks like he's got it figured out. But guess what? This morning I woke up in pain. I woke up this morning with bad thoughts about myself, about my life. Straight up honest. I wake up with that shit every single fucking day. But every single fucking day I take that pain and I turn it into my fucking power. And I end up at the end of every single day with a high vibration. With a high vibration, feeling accomplished with myself. Feeling like I am fucking achieving my purpose, which is creating better men by creating a better version of myself every single fucking day. That's all I gotta say. I gotta go get some fucking protein to me now. Hope you guys are enjoying the PR talks. I will catch y'all later. Peace.